Yo, what is up, people? Welcome back to another Escape from Tarkov video, and these are my top 10 tips, mainly for beginner players. Maybe there's some veteran players out there that don't do these 10 things, and these will genuinely help you learn the game, level up nice and fast, and just get comfortable with what is probably one of the hardest games out there. So, switching over, tip number 1, off the rip, guys. When you first load in, you've got your menu, you click Escape from Tarkov, you have your SCAV or your PMC. Click on your PMC, click Next, choose whatever map, go in, and then you want to tick this little box here. What this will do is enable an offline raid. You can click co-op. You can do whatever you want. You can choose how many scavs you would like to load into the raid. As online means they'll be in their normal online positions. And then you can choose their difficulty. So maybe you want to do as online and then easy. You load into a raid. And if you die in an offline raid, you will not lose any kit, any kills, any loot you find. Doesn't matter. It is literally just kind of like a little tester, taster, whatever you want to call it, just to get used to the actual game and the game mechanics. So tip number 2, and maybe a little bit of a controversial one here, play solo. That's going to sound a little bit scary, may sound a little bit crazy, but honestly, playing solo, in my opinion, is the best way to learn the game. If you're having to constantly try and communicate with a friend or someone that's played the game for a little bit longer than you have, if you're brand new, they're going to be saying things, you're going to get confused, you're not going to know whose footsteps are whose. At least if you're solo, you can shoot anything that moves. Anything you hear or see, you can kill it, and you will learn your own way around the map instead of just following somebody around and not actually having any idea where you're going. Play solo. Honestly, it's a game changer. So tip number 3, guys, I'm going to combine sensitivity and keybinds all into one. I see so many people going in other people's chats. They type exclamation sense, exclamation keybinds, then they basically just want to copy somebody else. Don't do this. Do what is comfortable for you. Find out based on your own DPI. Go into those offline raids as I showed earlier. Go kill the scavs. Get used to your own mouse and see how it feels. Do your own keybinds based on how you want to play. You will see here when I switch over to the other camera, how I sit, how I have my keyboard. So my keyboard is slanted across this way. My hand is sitting here, and I have a fairly decent size, and I kind of aim with my wrist now. I play pretty low sense in general, pretty low DPI. And as you'll see here, I have mouse sense at 0.7. It's under here, 0.7. And then the aiming sense is 0.35. That is purely because in Tarkov, your aiming sense is double your normal sense. So by halving this, they feel exactly the same. If that makes sense, I'm sure it does. So yeah, do this yourself. Don't copy others. Tip number 4, people, is to use and abuse your SCAV. If you don't know what that is, you click Escape from Tarkov. You have your PMC, which is your main character, where you get all your stash and all the stuff that you get to choose. And then you have your SCAV over here. This is quite literally a free gear set. You click SCAV, you click Next, and then you get a choice of all of the maps. You click on them, you go look for items, and whatever you extract with, you then get to keep and transfer back across to your PMC. Any items you find can then be used to hand in for certain quests. They can be used to craft things in your hideout and whatnot. Honestly, use and abuse your SCAV. It is a free gear set. Tip number 5, people, is to use the new magazine preset option. This is pretty cool. I've not even set any up myself yet because I've just been using random kits and random gear sets it's been telling me to use for quests. But you create a new preset by right-clicking and then click create new preset on the magazine. You go down and you can choose how many bullets you wish to load into the mag. So I could choose 10 M856A1s, then I would say M855A1, and I could say 15. I know I've now obviously got 25 rounds in the mag, and then I could say SSAAP, and we'll go 5 bullets there. We will rename this as 556. We get rid of the T. Boom. We save that, and then when I right click on, I can click load from preset 556, and it will auto load the mag. The reason for doing this, guys, is every bullet has different damage and penetration. I've technically got my best penetration rounds at the top of the mag, and then as it will go down, it will go to higher flesh and things like that. And it's also just a way of saving money. So always try and use these mag presets. Now, I will be doing this once I've leveled up a little bit more and I've got my set weapons. This is an absolute game changer. So tip number 6 is to stack your quests. Someone like myself that has played the game for a very, very long time, I'm going to feel more comfortable doing this. But honestly, go to your character, click task, click location, and it will order them in the map. So you see here, I have so many to do on streets. I will try and do as many of these in one raid as possible to maximize my XP, be as efficient as possible so that I don't have to do one quest, go back to my stash, one quest, go back to my stash. If you're comfortable doing that, that's absolutely fine. If you want to level as fast as possible, stacking quests is the way to go. So you'll see here that I have some on Lighthouse that I need to go to the lost group in the chalet area. I will do that whilst also trying to mark all the BRDMs and the strikers and whatnot. Go to the helicopter and plant a marker there. I will just take heaps of markers to that map and just try and do a slow route, killing off anything that gets in my way and stack as many as I can. I think the highest I've ever had was like 6 quests in one raid. That was last wipe on Lighthouse, in fact, doing these quests here. I just took heaps of markers, planted them, as well as obviously going to all the other areas, killing stuff along the way. And you just get out with heaps of XP. And you get to max traders as fast as you can. Tip number 7, download Battle Buddy on your phone. Yes, there's ammo charts and stuff out there, but Battle Buddy is an absolute game changer. As far as I know, it's actually made and still sort of ran by Veritas, who is another well-known Tarkov streamer. Literally click on Battle Buddy here and it will load up. And this app will tell me so much about the ammo, the firearms, the body armor, everything that's in the game. And then I can literally click on the ammunition. I can go through. It has every single bullet everywhere. I can scroll along. It will tell me all the calibers. And if I then click on a bullet, I can scroll down. It will tell me the penetration, the damage. I can click compare, and then I can compare it to another caliber or another bullet within its own caliber. And you can just basically work out the best bullets to run depending on what you're trying to do, whether you're trying to leg meta some people, things like that. Download Battle Buddy. It's amazing. Tip number 8, people, is to level your hideout as fast as you possibly can. Again, maybe a slightly controversial one, but in my opinion, this is one of the best things that you can do. You can see here, I've got so many things upgrading right now. I've literally got my heating done in like 6 minutes. My water collector's got 5 minutes left. We've got the med station on the way up in 56. Everything's literally on its way up, and then I've already bought the items ready to do the other stuff. The reason I do my hideout so fast is because you then can get to things like your library over here, which will require me to do some other things, but then you will actually gain an additional 15% raid experience every time that you finish a raid, as well as leveling up your practical skills by an extra 30%. This one over here is my absolute go-to, which is your air filtering unit. This levels up your physical skills by an extra 40%. You do have to put a big like FP 100 filter in this, but once this is on the go, this is going to level your stats, such as your strength and endurance. And these are 2 absolute key stats within the game. So you want to get your hideout done as fast as you can, level it up, get these on the go, and you will just become an absolute like sort of juggernaut whilst everyone else is a little Timmy. Level your hideout, trust me. Right, tip number 9, and again, maybe controversial. We've got a couple of them thrown in the mix here, but just run your best gear. Unless you are doing a quest that specifically tells you to run a certain armor, certain weapon, things like that. Run your best gear, get comfortable, do not have gear fear. Like, gear comes and goes in Tarkov. Trust me, if I was to go in and do a quest in the coming days, I am working 12-hour shifts the next few days, but if I was to go in and do some quests, I would quite literally be running like this AKM here. Maybe I'll mod one of these mutants, whack in the good bullets. I'd scroll down a little bit, grab a decent helmet, whack on this big Gen 4, and just go and give myself the best chance of survival by wearing the best kit. By going in with under gear and you think, oh, I'm scared to lose it, you're more likely to die. Then you're going to get frustrated. Then you're going to be more scared because you keep dying, and it's just a vicious circle. Run your best gear. Please run your best gear. And tip number 10, people, and the most important tip that I can give you is to come and check out my live stream. I stream at twitch.tv/IMinimann, 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. UK time, Monday to Friday. We have a growing community full of some Sherpas, some emissaries, people with like so much knowledge when it comes to Escape from Tarkov. Come and jump in the Discord as well. People are happy to raid and help each other out. It would be absolutely fantastic. Thank you. If you've enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe to the channel. That'd be amazing. Come jump in the Twitch live stream. It'd be great to see you. And I'll catch you on the next one. Peace.